Hey guys, welcome back. QualityShot Tennis. Today we've got Naomi Osaka taking on Jelena Ostapenko in the first round of the U.S. Open. One of the popcorn matchups, one of the blockbuster matchups. We got it for you. We're going to get started soon. They're currently warming up serves. One of the most unpredictable matches I think we'll see in the whole tournament. Always unpredictable with Ostapenko, unpredictable as well with Naomi Osaka. She loves playing in Grand Slams, especially hard court Grand Slams. She's always dangerous. It's always a big moment. And we saw how well she was playing on clay at the French Open when she tested Iga. She hasn't been doing that well this hard court swing, but you always got to have her, give a thought to Osaka that she could be a danger. So that's what we got going on. Hey, how's it going, Joe? Hey, I miss you, Joe. It's good to have you in here. So good to have you in here. Let's see who else we got in here. Yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. How's it going, Faison, as well? How's it going, MJ? We're going to get started real soon. To Anthony and everyone else. Yeah, listen, it's been fun. I've already seen a bunch of familiar names, names that we've seen a lot in the recent streams, which is awesome. Because listen, I know people are going to show up for the later matches. I know people are going to show up for the final and for this and that, but seeing you guys show up for the first rounds is awesome. So are you doing a meet and greet? Oh, at the in New York? No, I'm not. But let me know, MJ, what day you're going, and we should definitely meet up. So my social media is Anthony's_tennis. So DM me on there, MJ, if you want, or we can chat on here. But yeah, I'd love to meet up. We can say hi, and yeah, it would be awesome. I can do either day. I just have to find tickets. So what days are you going? Let me know. Didn't buy yet. I want to see Rublev play if he gets deep. Okay, so I'm going on the 3rd and the 5th to U.S. Open. If Anthony's okay, do meet and greet. We can do a QualityShot tennis meet and greet one day. Oh, yeah. I'm down. I'm definitely down. Haven't planned on anything yet, but that'd be fun. Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah. Collins didn't look herself today. Happy retirement. Yeah, well, okay, wait. So is this her last match period or her last Grand Slam match? Did she say that she's retiring at the U.S. Open? I'm a little bit behind. Okay, so it is, yeah. I guess it's her last tournament period. Wow. Makes sense for it to end here, to be fair. Wow. Caroline Dahlheid's a great American player, so it's not a bad last opponent. She's still in doubles, apparently. Osaka with a big serve. That's a backhand return out from Ostapenko. So it's a love hold for Osaka. I'm giving Osaka the win. I think Osaka gets the upset, if you want to even call it an upset. I'm going to say Naomi Osaka wins in... I say Naomi Osaka wins in... 3 sets. Naomi Osaka in 3 sets. Last Grand Slam. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Winners so far, Sabalenka, Swiatek, Krejcikova. To finish off the big 4 that was previously mentioned, we'd have to have Rybakina winning the U.S. Open for the ladies. And then on the men's side, we've had Sinner and Alcaraz winning everything. Finish off that pattern, we'd have Sinner, Alcaraz, and then we could have Jannik winning another one. We'll see. It's a good serve from Penko. Gets her first point, 15-love. We're going to see absolutely massive hitting in this match. We know that. Confirm with Anthony, then we can sort it maybe for an hour or two during one of the days. Maybe before it or after. Whenever Anthony wants. Yeah, I mean, that would be fun. I mean, I don't know how many people, like, I don't know, we're speaking about the US Open, I don't know how many people are going to want to beat me, you know, but we can figure something out. It'd be fun. Osaka's favorite. I mean, we'll see. I don't know how many people are planning on going to watch the channel, but that'd be super fun. Osaka's favorite. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, yes. I agree, Naomi in 3. Okay, so we're all in agreement that the 10th seed is losing to the unseeded player, which I'm not surprised by, but it's kind of funny. First serve in the net from Ostapenko. Second serve coming here from the Latvian player. Backhand of Osaka. That goes out. Only quick points so far. I don't think we've had a rally 3+ shots. All first strike. Forehand of Osaka, the backhand of Ostapenko, backhand of Osaka. Backhand of Ostapenko, that's in the net, 40-30. Appreciate everybody joining in, by the way, to the stream so far. We are doing the play-by-play of Naomi Osaka taking on Jelena Ostapenko. Forehand of Ostapenko is absolutely massive down that ad side line. 1-1, all tied up. Yeah, I think Osaka's the favorite. I mean, well, I don't know if she's the favorite, but she's definitely the person that I'm going with. She's who I'm expecting to win this match. She's won the US Open twice before. She's coming in with less pressure, and I don't know. I just like her picking it up here in New York. She beat Blinkova in the qualifying of Cincinnati, but then she lost to Ashlyn Kruger. That was her last tournament. She lost to Elise Mertens in Canada. In Wimbledon, she lost to Emma Navarro. Grass courts, she still hasn't quite figured out. But it's really a hard courts where it matters the most. And yeah, she's a couple of poor matches from her, but I feel like she can pick it up. Looking at Ostapenko's recent results. She started off the year super strong with a return back to the top 10 for the first time since 2018. Ostapenko lost to Vanyasyaan, talented young Russian player. And then in Canada, she lost to Taylor Townsend in the second round. So both players haven't really been in their best form. Huge return from Ostapenko there. So 15-30. Huge forehand return. Forehand, another huge forehand return. That time it goes out. It's a bit of a go for broke thing with Ostapenko sometimes. She might need to do that, though, on the serve. Return, I should say. On the return of serve against Naomi. It's a good serve from Naomi Osaka. Gets to 40-30. Goes out wide. Doesn't give Penko time on that forehand to really give a swing. AO seems to be Penko's best slam now. I'm not sure what her record is at the U.S. Yeah, I mean, she's not been a great slams player outside of her Grand Slam title. She really hasn't been, Ostapenko. Like, I think her win rate at slams might actually be worse than her general career win-loss percentage. I could be wrong with that, but I'm pretty sure that's right. She doesn't seem to perform that well at slams. Although, I will say, last year, she did beat Swiatek at the U.S. Open, which was a great, obviously, win and run for her. I could be wrong with what I'm saying, but she has a 63% career slam win-loss percentage. I can't see the overall win-loss percentage on Wikipedia, but I'm going to try to just do some math here real quick and try to figure this out. So if I did the math right, then it's about equal. Her win-loss career record is about equal to her win-loss at slams. But that being said, usually a lot of times really great players, their slam record is even better than their overall win-loss record because they perform better in the big matches. It's not true with Ostapenko. So it's about 62% overall career win-loss. It's about 63% for slam. So but at the U.S. Open, I'll tell you what her record is at the U.S. Open. Her record at the U.S. Open is 61%. Record at the U.S. Open is 61%. Last year is the first time she even made the second week of the U.S. Open, though. So, yeah, U.S. Open has not historically been a great tournament for her. That being said, last year she did well. Can't remember who she lost to. She beat, she lost. Okay, so she lost to Coco 6-0, 6-2. After beating Swiatek. That's pretty crazy, honestly. I don't remember that. Guesses for the total number of winners in this match. I'm going 50. 46 winners. I'm gonna go less. I'm gonna say 41. 41. Maybe have it off outside the US Open so people don't have to pay for the ticket. Yeah, maybe. There's a Flushing Meadows Park right outside. Okay, let's see if we can set something like that up. That'd be really fun. Yeah, that'd be super fun. Ken Rado, who wins? Ooh, Kenan and Raducanu. I think Raducanu wins that. Raducanu's been playing sneaky well, I feel like. Sneakily well. Like, since that Billie Jean King Cup earlier this year, she plays well. She likes the US Open. Kenan is, I mean, she's dangerous, but she can also lose to anybody, you know? Like, I feel like I'd back Raducanu there. Yeah, I'm going to back Raducanu there. Yeah. Kenan, she's not winning a lot of matches. I'm looking at her record. She's lost first round in, like, most of her recent tournaments. Harriet Dart is a loss recently. Wang is a loss. Towson. Paquette is a loss in qualifying of Strasbourg. Like, she's losing a lot of matches. She's not getting a whole lot of wins, so I'd back Raducanu, no doubt. Those are both names that get you excited because they're both one-time Grand Slam champions. Probably the craziest one-time Grand Slam champions we've had. But I'm definitely backing Emma, to be honest. She's been winning more. Osaka wearing a Panko-inspired outfit. Yeah, I mean, Ostapenko is wearing something relatively normal and common. You know, it's they switched spots. They switched places. I kind of see what you mean with that. Hey, I was going Max. When are you going to the U.S. Open? I'm going to the U.S. Open the 3rd and the 5th. I'm going to be in New York from September 1st to the 6th. So long New York, or like a week-long New York trip, almost. And I'll be at the U.S. Open on the 3rd and the 5th. So, super excited. That's when I have tickets. So yeah, one of those days in particular, we could probably set up a meet and greet, whether it's inside the grounds or right outside, like MJ is saying. We could figure something out. It'd be fun. It'd be cool. Big forehand, 15 love from Osaka. We're definitely going to see a lot of winners. There's no doubt. That was actually tricky because if Osaka didn't time that right, it was a very awkward shot. Ostapenko's shot landed like a couple inches from the net. Big ace. 30 love. It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch Osaka. Both these players. Two of the more enjoyable watches on the tour. Forehand of Ostapenko goes out. Serving is excellent from Osaka to this point so far. I never count Naomi Osaka out. I feel like this U.S. Open, I don't really have a clear idea of who I have winning it, you know. So she's at least in my mind as like somebody who's dangerous, you know. Like I remember Kim Clijsters just not playing for a long time and then coming out of nowhere and winning the U.S. Open. I don't think we're gonna see that, but listen, she's on my radar because listen, if she gets to the quarterfinals, she's winning the tournament. You know, when 4-0 and reaching quarterfinals and winning the whole thing. Yeah. What's been the craziest moment of the U.S. Open so far? We're just like a day and a half in. What's been the craziest moment so far? FA lost to Menzik. Kokkinakis is up 2-1 on Tsitsipas, which is so not surprising because Tsitsipas, he's pretty good on hard courts, but he can't for the life of him play decently at the U.S. Open. Tsitsipas was down 6-0, 5-0 to Galan last year or the year before that. That was one of the most surprising scorelines I've ever seen in tennis. So I'm not particularly surprised by that. Rune lost, which was surprising. Bublik lost to Shang, which I wasn't surprised by, but I was happy about, to be honest. Glad to see Shang winning. Manarino actually won a set against Coric. Both those guys are currently in the gutters. Manarino's like on a 9 or 10 match losing streak. Wozniacki is looking to double bagel Habino, which is insane. Habino's a great player. Mira Andreeva is well up on Osorio. That should be a fun one. Bolter won against Sasnovich. It's also a good one. Sarah Ronnie with the win in the first round. Shout out to Sarah Ronnie. When's the last time she got a win like that in singles? I'm actually not sure. Main draw win of a singles tournament for Sarah Ronnie. It might have been a long time ago, to be honest. If we're talking about like 250 or above WTA tournaments for singles. No, okay, so she qualified into the French Open and won a match there against Schmidlova. I mean, obviously she's been to the final of the French Open before. She also beat Anisimova in Rome, so anyway. 30 Love, both players just very, very standard and solid on their own serves. First serve goes wide from Ostapenko. Second serve. It's a double fault from Ostapenko. 30-15. It's an ace down the tee from Ostapenko. Perfect service. Not a lot of rallies so far. Add you on X on Twitter. Okay, awesome. Yeah, hell yeah. So yeah, I'll message you and we can talk about when you're going to be there. It'll be fun. Talking Anthony, not Max. No, you're good. Cool. Any updates on the Carlos injury scare? According to him, he's feeling pretty fine with it. So I'm hoping that he's healthy. That should be fun. Listen, Alcaraz at the U.S. Open. I still think the U.S. Open might end up being Alcaraz's winningest slam. Everybody's talking about Roland Garros Wimbledon. Alcaraz, as soon as he played at the U.S. Open in 2021, like he's been great there. Forehand of Osaka, the forehand of Ostapenko, longest rally maybe of the match so far. 6 shots. Can you believe it? No, it's like 7 or 8 shots. But that goes out from Ostapenko off the forehand, so it's 15-love for Osaka. I feel like Alcaraz is going to break the record for most U.S. Opens won, maybe. He might. Yeah, at least he has a chance at doing that. He's only got one so far, so I'm going to hold my horses with big predictions, but I just feel like as soon as he showed up in New York, something was different about him there. Like, he lost last year to Medvedev, but Medvedev was playing out of his mind. I've said this probably a million times, but I just really, really like how Alcaraz plays in New York. If he loses early this time in U.S. Open, maybe I'll start rethinking my opinion on him here. But I feel like he's gonna have he's consistently gonna have an amazing time in New York, and the crowd has warmed up to him big time right away. The crowd got so hyped for Alcaraz all throughout 2022 U.S. Open and 2021. Back end of Osaka, the back end of Ostapenko, backhand. Osaka pulls the trigger, but she doesn't have that locked and loaded as she misses it long. 30-15. If I was to make a prediction now, I would say that Alcaraz's winningest slam is going to end up being U.S. Open, and then Roland Garros, and then Wimbledon, and then Australian Open, well behind all the other three. That's my prediction. Now, how many of each, I have no idea what to even think. Who knows? Forehand of Ostapenko, that goes out, 40-15. A lot of pace on the shots of Osaka, and it's really tough when you have the tempo and you're playing off first strike and +1 off the serve. You have the pace of the serve that you're working with. You're already in control. It's going to be very hard to break Naomi Osaka today. With a great serve down the tee. Her serving performance is already fantastic, Osaka. Perfect, really. Yeah, so look, I mean, this is perfect. I mean, this number doesn't really matter that much because she's won 6 out of 8 on second serve as well. Both players serving fantastic. "19 minutes into this contest." Joe, like what Anthony said, Carlos should feel fine from his ankle, I hope. Yep. Maybe one day I would have loved to meet you and Anthony at the U.S. Open. Yeah, that would be fun. Be super fun. At some point, we should. That sounds like a Norah Jones song. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. I don't know. I don't know what the song sounds like, but what's the lamest song? Something one day. Isn't there a lamest? One day more. One day more. Another day, another destiny. All right, enough of me singing. 4-3. Ostapenko serving. Great stuff from both. It's not been a particularly, exciting match in terms of we're not really getting a lot of rallies or big moments, but both players are playing well, which is a good setup to something when eventually somebody's going to win a set and somebody's going to win a match. That's how tennis works. That's what's exciting. Something is going to happen at some point. It has to. Listen, in soccer, it's not the case. You can go literally 100 minutes without, you can go like 3 hours without a single goal. It's why I can't watch soccer. Basketball and tennis, I love watching way more because there's always something going on. People are always winning or losing, but there's always something happening. Something has to happen. Forehand of Osaka, the forehand of Ostapenko. That goes out, 15-all. Only positive energy from Osaka, which is great. That's what you want to see. We got 18 people watching the stream, by the way, which appreciate you guys joining in. That's a first serve in the net. This is really, it might sound a bit ridiculous, but this is really the most inside of a service game that one of these players has been. 15-all with the second serve. It's a great second serve. Perfectly placed. Huge shot with a lot of depth from Ostapenko again to the forehand and backhand of Osaka. Forehand, Osaka's there, but that's in the ground. Fantastic from Ostapenko. That was really good because she hit a perfect +1 shot that landed right on the baseline, but Osaka somehow got it back super deep, and Ostapenko could have been afraid of that shot. She could have, let her guard it down, but instead she just kind of gets right back to work and stays in control. Big talents, these two. They know how to work a tennis court. Big shot there from Penko, so 40-15. Serve is a let. It's a let. By the way, the last time that these two played was the 2016 Roland Garros. These two have never played on hard courts on a quick surface. And these two have not played in 8 years. So Osaka won that, actually. The year before Ostapenko won the whole Roland Garros tournament, first round. Osaka beat Ostapenko 6-4, 7-5. They have not really played since then, so it was a crazy first round for both. That's what I'm saying. One of the craziest first round matchups by far. It's a popcorn matchup, for real. It's tough. It's a really tough one. Especially since these two are both on it already and playing well. Serve from Penko, the forehand of Osaka, which goes long. Or wait, hold up. Was that a let there? What happened? Oh no, it was called out. I thought it was in. Got to turn my sound up. That was out. It's my bad. Back to deuce. So Osaka is in this service game of Ostapenko. My prediction was Osaka in 3 sets, which seems to be shared by everybody in the chat. Everybody seems to be picking Osaka. This play-by-play will be fast-paced, yeah. Absolutely. Backhand of Osaka, the backhand of Ostapenko. Backhand of Osaka, forehand of Ostapenko, forehand of Osaka. Oh, what a shot! There's some fast-paced play-by-play. Advantage. I wrote a song for my ex that started with the words "one day." One day, please, one day. Who's the next opponent? That's a good question. Let me look that up, actually. I don't have that off the top of my head. It's a break point here, though, for Osaka. The first break point in the match. It's been very much on serve for both players. This has kind of come out of nowhere. Backhand of Osaka. The backhand of Ostapenko down the middle. Forehand of Osaka. The backhand of Ostapenko. That's in the net. It's a break for Naomi. She gets the 5-3, and it's going to be very tough for this set to not be over. Like I said, it's tennis. Something has to happen. And it was Osaka who really stepped up. That double fault of Ostapenko let Osaka in, but it was a fantastic couple of points there at deuce. Ostapenko would have liked to get that first serve in as well on the break point because, listen, Ostapenko has been serving well, but I don't think her second serve points has been that good. Yeah, she's 3 for 8 on second serve points, Ostapenko. She's 3 for 8 on second serve points, Ostapenko. So there you go. There you go. Great stuff. Hey, how's it going, KC? Okay, so next opponent. Karolina Muchova. Wow, talk about a crazy draw. Wow, and then it could be Fernandez in the third round. I love that part of the draw. Paulini on the other side. This is an exciting part of the draw. By the way, that shot that Muchova hit earlier today, did you guys see that? Jumping behind the back, it almost looked like she hit it with the wrong side of the racket for a perfect lob on the baseline. One of the best shots I've ever seen in women's tennis. Unbelievable shot. Of course, probably a bit, lucky maybe, but like unbelievable. Like Muchova is such a crazy athlete. What a skillful player. That shot was unbelievable. Reminded me of Mary Pierce, her jumping tweener. That might be even better than that. Ostapenko goes for a big forehand return cross court, but misses it. Wide. Definitely powerhouses of tennis. Oh, absolutely. Hell yeah. Hey, how's it going, KC? What's Osaka's ranking these days? That's a good question. Osaka, it's not very high, but 88. That's higher than I thought. So good for Osaka. Back in the top 100. 88, 48, 84, 88. Good guess. Yep. 84 was close. I'm here for the company, which is always lovely, but I'm watching Tsitsipas Kokkinakis. Fair enough. I should turn that one on as well. I knew that was going to be 5 sets, by the way. I think I said that. Like, that's obviously going to be 5 sets. It has it written all over it. I never had a doubt. That goes out from Ostapenko. So it's 6-3 for Osaka with the first set. 4-3 game was the crucial one. And Osaka just took control in that game. Mental fortitude there is what got her through. High level from both. But Ostapenko not doing enough with the second serve points. And Osaka pounced. First serves, second serves won 38% versus 78%. Wow. Well, here's another one. Ostapenko, 10 unforced errors. According to the U.S. Open stats, Osaka hit 0 unforced errors. That's crazy. 0 unforced errors. I don't know if that's right. It doesn't necessarily seem correct, but I can't think of one, really. That was a big unforced error. So, fair enough. Probably a bit kind, but to say that some of her forced errors were not unforced, but fair enough. She has had the worst first rounds. Yeah. This first round is insane. She's higher than Osaka. She's higher than Osaka. Yeah, Ostapenko is 10th in the world. Kokkinakis could do it in 4 though. So what's the ranking? What's the ranking? What's the score right now? Tsitsipas 3-3-30 all. I think Tsitsipas is going to win this set and the Kokkinakis wins it at 5 sets. Or maybe Tsitsipas wins it at 5 sets, but I think it's going to be 5 sets. We'll see though. We'll see though. Dude, I love the early rounds of slams. So much is going on. Sinner started already. McDonald's looking to maybe break in the first game. What else is going on right now? Yeah, Tsitsipas did get the hold for 4-3. All right, love 15, starting off the second set. Forehand, the forehand of Osaka goes big. The forehand of Osta. Oh, what a redirect. Ostapenko is outrageous. Queen Penko with the shot of the match so far. That was a ridiculous forehand. You know, she had that a bit lined up for her, but it's one of, I mean, there aren't that many players that can hit that shot. Forehand of Ostapenko, forehand of Osaka, forehand of Ostapenko. That goes out. So 15-30, another chance for Osaka here on the serve. What do you guys think? Is Osaka going to reach another Grand Slam final? Is she going to win another Grand Slam? What do you guys think is going to happen in this Osaka resurgence? I think she's at least going to make another final. I think she's going to at least make another final. I guess I'm not going to predict another Grand Slam, although it definitely could happen. But I'll predict she'll make 1 or 2 more Grand Slam finals. Both Evans and Draper in action at the moment. Yeah. Yeah, listen, that's pretty cool. Evans had a close first set to Hachinov. Draper is really crushing his opponent at the moment. Love to see Dan Evans beat Hatchinoff. I'm not gonna lie. I like Dan Evans, especially after his run in doubles with Murray. Serve from Penko. The backhand of Osaka, backhand of Penko. That's in the net, 30-40. Osaka doing much better than Penko at taking on the return of serve. But Ostapenko's serves also landing a bit shorter than Osaka's. And it's break point. A lot of positive energy from Osaka, which is good to see. And Ostapenko seems maybe to be rushing a little bit in some of these points and games. Catches the ball toss twice there. First serve still. Backhand of Osaka, big. Down line, goes out. It's another break for Osaka. Osaka's rushing through this match. It's best 2 out of 3, not 3 out of 5. This could be a quick one for the person who's ranked lower by 74 spots. So Sinner got broken in the first game. If Sinner just plays around and gives McDonald a set or two, I'm going to be upset. I don't expect him to lose that, although McDonald is tough. McDonald is tough, but I don't know. Didn't McDonald's beaten Sinner? Didn't they play in the I think they play in the final of Washington. I think McDonald beat Sinner like 7-5 in the third set or something. Am I misremembering? No, I'm misremembering. No, okay, so they did play in the final of Washington, but Sinner won 7-5 in the third set. That's still pretty close, to be fair. Still pretty close, to be fair. Actually, yeah, last year in Paris they played, and McDonald won the first set. They also had a very close match on clay courts in Roland Garros, which was 3, not very close, but 3 close sets. So, I don't know. I guess Sinner, especially before his big improvements, 2023 Beijing and past Beijing, like in the last 12 months, before Sinner really became the player that he's become now. I feel like he was really struggling against guys that fast and who can be that solid. So maybe not a tough matchup, but maybe a tougher matchup. It is 2-0 for McDonald. I don't expect Yannick to lose, although this is his first match after all of the crazy big news coming out, which I do think is a distraction. But McDonald could win a couple, like a set or something. You never know. McDonald is a very fearless guy. He can beat the top guys on his day. Maybe. His peak is very good. He's got some really impressive strengths. He's unbelievably quick. Forehand of Ostapenko is very good inside out. Go Brits, yeah. Yeah, we had a big we had somebody from the UK commenting yesterday talking about all of the British players where they're at the moment. Zhang retired, Draper 6-4, 6-0, 4-0. It's too bad for Zhang. Correction, Zhang retired, Draper 6-3, 6-0, 4-0. Yeah, no. It's good to know. Good to know. I'm still a huge fan of Draper's game. I love to watch him. He's a very, very, very talented guy. It's another great shot from Ostapenko. Just 2 incredible ball strikers, this. 40-30. Can Ostapenko somehow find a way back in this game? She cannot. Ostapenko's got to be frustrated at that, because that was not her best first serve, Osaka. She kind of just got that in, and Ostapenko hit that in the net. 2-0. McDonald is at 15-30 now. This reminds me of the Moutet situation at the French. McDonald's got a second serve to work with here too. I don't know what's going on. McDonald's got double break point. That's crazy. And that was a point that Sinner should have won all day. It's left 15 here for Osaka at 0-2. I mean, we haven't been playing very long here at all. We haven't had long rallies. Like, we played 39 minutes, and we could be already at a set and a break here soon. What are your predictions for the men's and women's singles, Anthony? Mine is Nole and Saba. So mine is Alcaraz, and on the women's side, I really haven't decided. I've mentioned before that I think it's going to be somebody slightly weird. I guess I'm just going to roll with it. I said Madison Keys. My mind keeps going back to Madison Keys. Just has a run out of nowhere for a great run. She always plays well at the U.S. Open. Last year, she got really close. I also think like Zheng could do really well after the Olympics. I don't think it's going to be Sabalenka or Swiatek. Sabalenka, I think, is the most confident I am for a top player, but I kind of don't think she's going to win it either. So I think maybe like Madison Keys or Zheng. Those are the two people that I keep returning back to. I think it's going to be somebody kind of weird, kind of like Krejcikova, but I think maybe Madison Keys could win her first slam. I keep returning back to that. Got to the final here before. I really liked how she played last year. And I just don't know who. I don't know. I don't have a good pick for the women's. I said yesterday Rublev will take out Djokovic, 2 breadsticks and a lonesome duck. Lonesome duck, yeah. We'll see. It's a big call. I want to see Rublev play. I saw him at the U.S. Open a few years ago. Yeah, Rublev's not my absolute favorite to watch, but he's somebody who just got to a Masters final. He's looking to pick up his season. I'd like to see him at least get to a semi of a slam. It'd be nice. We're at a set in 2-1. But yeah, for the women's side, I really just have no idea. Because I guess if I was betting, I would say Sabalenka. If I was really betting, I would say Sabalenka. But I kind of have a feeling she's not going to win either. So I'm just kind of lost. Like, if it's the kind of thing, like, if you asked me at the start of Wimbledon, is Krejcikova going to win Wimbledon? Like, no, I wouldn't have said Krejcikova. But I also think it could be somebody like that who's just impossible to predict. I kind of think it's going to be somebody like that. Maybe not completely just out of left field, but like pretty much out of left field. That's my thoughts. Sabalenka just hasn't really had the confidence recently, has she? Like, she's had a lot going on, personal life stuff, as well. So she did just have a great run in Cincinnati, which was great for her, beating Swiatek there as well in a good match. So if I was to pick anybody, I'd say Sabalenka. She's running with the most momentum. Coco won Cincinnati, then won U.S. Open, so it could be Sabalenka, but I just kind of get the feeling she's not going to. She should have done better in the final last year, which she just didn't. So I don't know. Just somebody kind of out of left field. I already picked those two names, Keys and Zheng. If I'm going to say anybody, I'll say somebody like those two. I have also backed Taylor Townsend to have a pretty decent run here as well. But I don't think she's going to... I mean, I'm not picking her to go that far. But I think she can make a quarterfinal or a semifinal or something like that. Quarterfinal for Townsend. Because she's playing really well. Leylah Fernandez is also kind of going under the radar. She pushed Pegula to a third set breaker last week. and I mean she's had her best wins in a long time, beating Rybakina as well. So I wouldn't completely discount her from having a decent run as well. At all, especially considering 3 years ago she had that run to the final. Was it 2 years ago or 3 years ago? I guess it was 2 years ago. Maybe. It was 2 years or 3 years? Have the timeline all mixed up in my head. I guess 3 years ago. 2 years ago was Swiatek versus Ons Jabeur. Yeah, that's right. Because Medvedev, Djokovic going for the Grand Slam happened at the same time as that crazy Raducanu Fernandez final. So 2021. Big serve out wide. Osaka is playing so well. She's going to be a nightmare for pretty much everybody with this form. There's no doubt. Osaka is a big dark horse in this draw. Everybody who's next for Osaka better try to stop her from getting to the quarterfinals. Obviously, it doesn't, she could always lose in the quarterfinals or something like that, but she has done well at the late stages of hardcourt majors, Osaka. So she'll have that confidence. I mean, I kind of would back Osaka against most of these players. Putintseva, Paolini. I mean, she could beat Paolini. Paolini's tough, but it's winnable. Fernandez could be a great third round. And then after that, she's got Rybakina or Kalinskaya potentially. So we'll see. By the way, shout out to Caroline Wozniacki. Dropped just one game against Habino. Back end of Osaka. That's in the net. 15-all. McDonald's just saving a break point against Yannick, by the way. Still trying to keep ahead. Forehand goes out from Ostapenko. Now she's missing. Unforced error is Osaka is way more locked in on not missing than Ostapenko is. It's going to be a very quick match, relatively. I thought Radu and Fernandez were the future when I saw that final. Yeah, I didn't know what to think, but I thought that I kind of got more impressed with Fernandez than even Raducanu, beating 3 top 5 players the way she did. My eyes were set on Fernandez after that, to be honest. I didn't really think that they were necessarily going to be the future. I had the same thing with Andreescu. I thought Andreescu was going to literally win like 5 or 6 majors. She was amazing in her time, not just the U.S. Open, but I believe did she beat Serena as well in like Indian Wells or something? Like she was looking really good. No, maybe Canada. Or no, Serena had a walkover against Andreescu in Canada. I guess semifinals before that, she played a really great match that I remember. And then, that walkover happened. But after Andreescu, I kind of stopped saying these people are the future of women's tennis. Because same thing with Amanda Anisimova. I thought Anisimova for sure was the future of women's tennis as well. And she still could be, but it hasn't panned out that way. So it's just impossible to say. But of everybody, Mira Andreeva is the first person in a long time where I was like, I really think that this person already has like insane potential, like GOAT potential. Or like, not GOAT, but like one of the, like, not saying she's going to be the greatest of all time, but I'm saying like she could win, like, if her ceiling comes to fruition, she could win like at least 6-7 majors. At least. I didn't even necessarily think about that about Iga when she was like 18 and won her first French. Andreeva just has that Steffi Graf vibe about her. So we'll see how good she is, but very complete player. Her the production on her shots is amazing. So it just hits the ball so clean. What a shot from Ostapenko. Osaka sliding on that hard court. Can't get to it. Fantastic from Ostapenko. Just staying close here. Both of these players have fantastic Very good backhands as well. They just know how to strike the ball, get into position, and keep staying aggressive. Back into Osaka. Back into Ostapenko. Gets it back to forehand of Osaka. They're blasting the ball. There's going to be about six or seven holes in the ball by the time that this match is finished. Same. I hope that both of them can achieve more. Yeah, it would be nice. I hope that we see that match again, because that rivalry has a lot of potential. The unlikelihood that we saw both of them have a crazy run to the final in the same tournament, two very different runs, but both absolutely insane, to break through. Raducanu and Fernandez, I'm saying. Like, that's a very unlikely scenario, obviously, and it would be, people are going to connect them together forever. So, also, they play in a very different way. Raducanu in general is definitely more aggressive than Fernandez. Backhand of Osaka. Forehand of Ostapenko is so good. It's amazing to watch Ostapenko and how she can smack the ball. 3-2. 3-2. Yeah, I hope they play again, honestly, more than anything. There's a lot of potential there for a rivalry. I thought both were flukes and one make it another semi of a Grand Slam. I thought Raducanu would have a struggle, not as much as she has had, but I kind of thought that maybe Raducanu might struggle. Fernandez, I still have my eye on Fernandez to be a champion in the future. I think Fernandez is a special player. I think she's a special player still. I still have my eye on Fernandez. Beating 3 top 5 players the way that she did, she's a very big talent. Especially Rado, she only faced Bencic. Yeah, I know. That's how I felt as well, in some ways. I agree with you. I'm not gonna say fluke, but I know what you mean. I kind of agree. Sakkari too. Yeah, Sakkari's completely fallen off. I don't know what's going on with her. Kind of like Madison and Sloan. Yeah, Madsen and Sloan, All-American final. We got close to having an All-American final last year. Madsen Keys was one service game away from making it an All-American final. And then Sabalenka had a crazy comeback after getting bageled in the first set of that semifinal. One of the most underrated matches of last year. For some reason, every single Grand Slam semifinal Sabalenka played last year was like the most epic match ever. Against Muhova at the French, against Jabeur at Wimbledon, against Madsen Keys at U.S. Open. Don't remember who she played in Australia. Rybakina played Azarenka. I don't remember who Sabalenka played. Slipping my mind. Could look it up. So Sabalenka played... Well, now I'm just confused. Hold up. Here we go. Back in Ostapenko goes out. So apparently it was Magda Linette, which I didn't really remember. Now I remember she made a semifinal. That's a really weird semifinalist. Kokonaka's broke up 6-5 in the fourth. It's a serve. Okay, so it might be 4 sets. Ostapenko I thought was also a fluke. Yeah, I mean, it was hard to not think that, to be honest. But she came out of nowhere. She was outside the top 50. Kind of like Vondrousova, unseeded. But yeah, let's go Kokonakis. Let's go Kokonakis. Hell yeah. I kept bumping into Kokonakis when I was at the Atlanta Open. I kept bumping into the guy. I saw him like 20 times throughout that tournament. I only spoke to him once, but I kept bumping into him. I was going Oliver. And by speak to him, I mean say hello, and that's it. All right, 40 love for Osaka, who could not serve better in this match than she is. It's another perfect serve out wide. First going down the tee and then mixing it up out wide. Perfect. Not letting Ostapenko have any rhythm. By the way, take a shot every time I've almost mixed up their names. Osaka and Ostapenko. 4-2. Please don't forget to subscribe, by the way, to Quality Shot Tennis if you're new to the channel. 40-15, 2 match points for Kokkinakis. Let me pull that up. Pull that up, Jamie. Let me pull that up. Tsitsipas could be the biggest upset, question mark, of the men's side so far. Have any of the top 10 seeds lost? FA lost. Runa lost. I don't think any of the top 10ers have. Runa's not in the top 10. That goes out from Steph, so Kokkinakis falls on the ground. Wow. Good for Kokkinakis. Good to see for Tanasi. 4-set win over Steph. Stefano Tsitsipas out of the U.S. Open. Just what a horrific run for Tsitsipas the last few months. Just not playing like a top 10 guy. And Tsitsipas is out. There you go, Jera. That's crazy. That's crazy, Jera. Backhand of Osaka, the backhand of Ostapenko goes out, love 30. This is getting away from the Latvian very quickly. People keep talking about, is Ostapenko going to come out of nowhere and win another slam? She needs to find a game better than this if that's ever going to happen again. Where if we see anything even reminiscent of 2017 French Open. But this is an impossible draw for both, or at least for Ostapenko, it seems like. Not for Osaka yet. Forehand chip. Forehand is very good from Ostapenko, but feels like Osaka is just eating up Ostapenko's rhythm. Whenever Ostapenko is finding forehand winners like that, she's not finding it at the right times. Osaka doing very well at preying upon Ostapenko's serve at the right time, and just she's found a perfect rhythm in her own service games. There you go. I was about to say, she's just returning and reading Ostapenko's serve way better than Ostapenko's reading her serve. And she hits a perfect forehand return. That serve is not good enough, though, for her first serve. Just didn't hit her mark at all, which is why I think Ostapenko just turned right around right away. That's another serve that doesn't really find her mark. Backhand of Ostapenko is in the net, so 5-2. Osaka's up 6-3, 5-2 on Ostapenko. That's a bit of a statement for this tournament. Well done, Kokkinakis. Yeah, well done, Tanasi. For sure. Who's he up next? That whole section is definitely pretty open. Because Tsitsipas was never going to be a problem at the U.S. Open. I don't know why, but he just can't play in New York, Tsitsipas. Very good in Australia, Tsitsipas. Very good. New York, forget about it. Can't play. So weird. Yeah, Kokkinakis, he's got a great draw. He's in the FA section. Wow, so one of either Coria, Borges, Kokkinakis, Skulkate, or Menzik is going to reach the 4th round of the U.S. Open. Have Medvedev on the other side. That's amazing. I'd love to see Menzik do it. Or Kokkinakis, honestly. Kokkinakis has never reached the second week, right? Yeah, Kokkinakis has never reached the second week. In fact, he's never made even the 3rd round of a major outside of the French Open. Which is kind of insane. Wow, that whole side is open. Nuno Borges made the 4th round of Australia this year, no? Yeah, he made the 4th round of Australia, so I kind of hope somebody else takes their chance there. That whole side is open. Tsitsipas and FA both out. Both seeds out. That's pretty crazy. Now imagine Medvedev goes out to Lajovic. Could you imagine that? Medvedev has a bad record against Lajovic. I think he's like 1-2. I don't expect that to happen, but also he's lost like 3 consecutive hardcourt matches. So in the weird case that happens, that whole section is going to be so wide open, it'll be insane. And that's Yannick Sinner's section. Or that's his quarter, I should say. Anyway, Medvedev will probably be the guy to who's going to like that the most. He's probably going to find his way through that section. That's pretty crazy. All right, Osaka serving out the match against Ostapenko. It's been easy stuff, and it's been well earned, to be fair. Great second serve from Osaka. Out wide ace. How many aces has Osaka hit? She's 90+% on her serve. This has just been positive energy. She's coming for New York, man. The way she showed up in Paris on clay, now she's shown up in New York. What a return from Ostapenko, just at the twilight of this match, it seems like, but she finds a forehand return winner. Osaka's already back at the line. Right back to work. Service. Oh, what a return! 2 killer return of serves in a row. Osaka trying to keep the positive energy going on her serve. That might I think that's literally equaled the amount of first serve returns points won that Ostapenko had before this game. I guess the first one was the second serve anyway. She hasn't had a whole lot to be excited about Ostapenko on the return of serve. Backhand of Ostapenko, the backhand of Osaka, backhand Ostapenko. Backhand of Osaka. That goes out. 15-40 suddenly. And listen, Osaka's been, she's keeping the positive energy, forcing herself to stay positive, but that lack of experience and lack of confidence in the lack of experience and having played not a whole lot of these moments recently, or win a whole lot of these moments, win a whole lot of these matches, it could come back to bite Osaka in some way. It might here, second serve. Forehand of Ostapenko goes for it, but misses it. 30-40, one more to save for Osaka. I hope Osaka can win more titles. Yep, easy peasy, Japanesey, yep. Break points 1, Osaka's 3 for 3, Ostapenko now 0 for 1. It's another second serve to work with, though. Here we go. How can Ostapenko read the serve? I think Osaka's going to go out wide. There she goes down T. I would have been aced. Forehand, that goes out. Osaka's 2 points away from the win here. Osaka really trying to get some energy going here. And she's got to like her draw, Osaka, as well. I think she's going to like her draw. Osaka Fernandez in the third round could be absolute fireworks. That goes out. A great serve from Naomi. It's advantage to Osaka. Ostapenko would have liked to put her claws a little bit more in this match. Do a little bit better on serve and return, to be fair, and not hit so many unforced errors. But she's been good. Osaka's been fantastic and served amazing. Forehand, return, the backhand of Osaka, backhand Ostapenko, the backhand of Osaka, backhand Ostapenko, going backhand to backhand, still backhand to backhand. That goes out from Osaka, so Ostapenko staying in it, back to deuce. If your sister or brother have a daughter living in Japan, you have a Japanese. We love the puns here in the chat. Keep it going. Keep it going with the puns. Listen, if you're cooking dinner, you might need to use a Japan. You might need to use a Japan. A pan to cook your Japan to cook your dinner. Forehand of Osaka, the forehand of Ostapenko, backhand of Osaka. Cross court, backhand of... Oh, no! Ostapenko had that wide open. She put in the work to climb back in that rally, and then she misses the shot into the doubles alley. We're not playing doubles, Ostapenko. You can play doubles pretty good, but we're playing singles. Would love to see the match continue here and Ostapenko make it interesting, but I think it's Osaka's match to lose. Or it's her match to win, which I think she's about to do. Backhand of Ostapenko, backhand of Osaka. Backhand of Ostapenko, going backhand to backhand, forehand of Ostapenko, forehand of Osaka, misses it. Not yet. Back to deuce. 2 saved. 2 saved. 5-minute game played. Last game. I'll have to do an apology video for my terrible pun as well. So I'm not looking forward to that. That was a horrific pun. Forehand. That goes out. Great serve from Osaka. McDonald's is up 2 breaks and serving for the set. What is going on right now? It's like, that's really a Corentin Moutet situation. Listen, Jannik is best when he's mentally locked in, when he's mentally there. I really think the distractions off court might be part of what's going on. That's just, wow. Mackie McDonald, shout out to him. I got a chance to talk to him in Atlanta. Very nice guy. Forehand of Osaka. She gets across court. Naomi Osaka gets through the first round and takes out a top 10 seed pretty easily. 6-3, 6-2 with a near perfect serving performance. I would give her an A grade today. It was a nearly flawless performance. 6-3, 6-2 over Ostapenko. She's going to be relieved. She's going to be happy. It was a tough draw for her, but she said, this isn't tough for me. This is tough for my opponent. Osaka gets through the hard-hitting affair with flying colors, and she's going to love her draw. She's going to back herself in her draw. Don't have two ways about it. Although she does have Karolina Muchova in the second round, and then she could have Fernandez in the third round. Maybe Paolini in the fourth round. Time will tell. Paolini has Andreescu in the first round, which is going to be interesting as well. Appreciate you guys tuning in like always. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. And please don't forget to like the video and subscribe, all that stuff, all that junk. Maybe a lonesome duck for Jannik. It's so crazy. I don't know what's going on. Evans Hatchinoff tiebreaker in the second. Very close tiebreaker in the first. I'll watch some of that because I am a fan of Evans. But what's going on with Jannik, man? Disappointed with what's unfolding. 5-2, Mackie serving. This is really like the Corentin Moutet situation, but it's even worse because it's the first round. It's not like Jannik has shown a good level in this tournament yet. This is the level he's starting out with. McDonald's won 12 of the last 15 points in that match. Yeah, I don't know. To me, Sinner just looks a step slow. Like, mentally, it just seems like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how Sinner can do. I appreciate you, Joe. Thanks for joining in. Always appreciate you checking in. Yeah, for real. And 6-3, 6-2 for Osaka over Ostapenko. She's got Muchova in the second round. That's going to be a blockbuster as well. I appreciate everybody joining in. I'll see you guys for the next one. I don't know what my next stream is, but I'll see you guys there for another stream. Naomi Osaka, a winning player in New York. She's in the second round.
Lose trust me.